I have no makeup on besides some mascara, and that's really scary, but I did not have time to do my makeup today. I didn't have time to slap some foundation. I didn't have time to do anything. I'm just gonna have to film this video very quickly, and I figured I should learn how to love my skin as it is, right? So we're just gonna roll with it. Hello everyone, it's Nina, and today on this quick fire book chat, I'm gonna talk about Circe by Madeline Miller. So Circe was a really hyped book on Bookstagram. I don't know about BookTube, but I think it was like a very hyped book overall because the Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller was also very hyped. Everyone loved it. And so when Circe came out, everyone was basically dying to read it. I had huge expectations going into this book. Like, my expectations were to the roof. And I ended up giving this book like 3 or 3.5 stars out of 5 stars. I'm not sure yet. But I just didn't love it. It's good. It's a good book. I did enjoy it. I just was expecting so much more, you know? I thought that the feminist themes in this book could be explored a lot more. I understand that this is a retelling, so of course the author has limitations. If it were a reimagining, then maybe she could have done a better job of exploring those themes, but I think that for the hype that it got, it wasn't deserving of it. I had also expected that the writing would blow me away by how beautiful it is, and that was not the case. I mean, it's a great writing, it's good writing, but it's nothing compared to Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor or some other really beautiful lyrical books that I have read, and it just let me down in that aspect as well. As for the characters, I didn't feel strongly for any of them, and I think that's one of the reasons why I couldn't love this book. I love character-driven stories, and in this case, I only started to feel sympathy for Circe like halfway through the book. And she goes through a lot of shitty stuff, like a lot of shitty things. And still, I just couldn't really care. I don't know if you can see because this book has deckled edges, and I absolutely hate deckled edges, but there are like very few tabs. I don't know, maybe 10 tabs total, even less. And I think that just shows how this book didn't stir many feelings in me. Going into this book, I didn't really remember much about Circe's story. Everything that I knew was basically from Percy Jackson, and I know that Rick Riordan likes to put his own twists on Greek stories, but I did remember that she was a witch in exile, and I don't know, I think I expected this to be more filled with adventure and exciting things, and honestly, I didn't really care a lot about Circe's story. I really enjoyed the ending. I thought the ending was really nice. I felt that everything came full circle. I really liked the way this ended up. I liked the way Circe dealt with mortals in the end, and I really like something that she does in the end that is related to something that she does at the beginning of the book. But the beginning, I think, was just dull and kind of boring, and honestly, I just couldn't feel much for Circe. I know that she went through some real bad stuff, and objectively, I did pity her, but I also wanted her to rise up, you know, and fight those who treated her so badly. And she only started to do this later in the book. So overall, this just wasn't a really exciting read for me. I had gone into this with so many high expectations. I wanted to love it. I truly wanted to. But in the end, I just think it wasn't for me. Also, I read this relatively quickly, but I just wasn't that engaged in the story. I don't know. I just don't think that the narrative was compelling enough to make me want to pick this book always and read 100 pages or 200 pages, you know. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Circe. I just think this wasn't for me. I can see why people love it, but that was not my case, unfortunately. So that's it for today's quickfire book chat. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye!